Welcome. I am Advocate Bhagyashree Bhosle. In today's lecture, we shall discuss about important provision under Arbitration and Conciliation Act. The topic name is setting aside an arbitral award. In every arbitral proceeding, an arbitrator has to appointed who finally makes an award which is called the arbitral award. The content of the award have to be written and signed by the arbitrator, and the reason for the award have to be stated unless stated otherwise. Section 34 of the Act provides for the provision on the basis of which an arbitral award can be set aside. And if an award is declared to be void, then the whole purpose and object of this act gets nullified. Thus, the arbitrator has to take extra care while making an award. But how much care should be taken is the question without answer. An appeal to set aside an award has to be strictly made by the aggrieved party within 3 months from the date of award was received by it. A request can be also made under section 33 provided that the court is satisfied that there was a sufficient cause for the delay, thereby allowing the appeal to be set aside on award to be made within 30 days from 30 days after the 3 months period. Hence, the award should be challenged timely as per the provision of a section 34 of the Act. According to section 34 subsection 2 of the award, subsection 2, an award may be set aside on the application of the aggrieved party. Under certain circumstances, the court can set aside the award made by the arbitral tribunal even without an application made by the party. The ground mentioned in Article 34 subsection 2 under which a party can make an application to the court to set aside an award are as follows. When the party making the application was incapacitated to enter the agreement. The arbitration agreement to which the parties are subject is not valid under the law. A proper notice of appointment of arbitrator or of the arbitral tribunal was not given to the party making an application. Arbitral award deals with the dispute not contemplated by the parties or beyond the term of a submission. The composition of an arbitral award was not in accordance with the agreement of the parties. Then subject matter of a dispute is not capable of a settlement by arbitration under the law for the time being enforced. The arbitral award is in conflict with the public policy of the country. Once an application for a setting aside the arbitral award is preferred under section 34, the executive court has no jurisdiction to enforce the award until and unless the application under section 34 is dismissed or refused. This is marked departure from even the normal rule under the Code of Civil Procedure 1908, where an executing court can execute the decree if there exists no stay by the appellate court. In the opinion of the author, this ought not to have been the position under the new Act. Enforcement of an award should be permitted unless there is a stay by the court hearing an application under section 34. Then we shall see the constitutional validity of a section 34. In a TPI Limited versus Union of India, in a writ petition, it was contended by the petitioner that the right to challenge an arbitral award on a merit should be present, and in the absence of the same, section 34 would be unconstitutional. The court dismissed the writ petition and stated that the matter in question was not related to the judicial review of the tribunal decision created under any statute or administrative action. The arbitrator is an alternate forum for the redressal of the dispute and is selected by the parties of their own free will, and they agree to arbitrator's decision by means of a mutual agreement or the contract, which gives a go by to the normal judicial forum otherwise available to the parties. There is no compulsion or imposition by any statute compelling the parties to resort to the arbitration if a dispute arises. Whether the parties have chosen the forum of arbitration and the arbitrator of their choice, it is not necessary to make a provision for the appeal against the award rendered by the arbitrator. The legislature have a power to specify the grounds on which award can be challenged, and it would be permissible for the party to challenge the award only on those grounds. If it were permissible for the court to re-examine the correctness of the award, the entire proceeding would amount to the futile exercise. Then we shall see the provision regarding the interpretation of the term public policy under the Act. It is not possible to precisely define the public policy under Act. Keeping that in mind, the term public policy has interpreted quite liberally by the Indian courts. Whatever tend to injustice of operation, restraint of the liberty, commerce, natural or legal rights, whatever tend to be obstruction of the justice or to the violation of the statute, and whatever is against the good moral, then made the object contract is against the public policy, and therefore void and not a susceptible to enforcement. The researcher would like to further elaborate the same with the point with the help to few Indian cases where the court have had an opportunity to interpret the public policy. In the Renu Sagar Power Company versus General Electric Company, the Honorable Supreme Court held that the expression public policy referred to the public policy India, and the recognition and enforcement of the award of the arbitral tribunal in India cannot be questioned on the ground that if it is a contrary to the public policy of any other country. It has been held in various cases that it is against the public policy if the arbitrator is a partial or a biased toward a party. Thus, the arbitrator is bound by the contract between the parties and decide the case in light of the contractual provision, and to give a proper opportunity to the parties to pass the award in accordance with the law so as not to be guilty of a misconduct, and to apply the mind of a crucial question on a non-application amount to legal misconduct. The judgment given by the Supreme Court in Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited versus Saw Pipes Limited further interpret the public policy. The court stated that if any award given by the arbitral tribunal violate the provision of the Arbitration Act 1996 or the patently illegal, then that case the award could be set aside under Section 34 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. Thus, the court has expressly stated that an award which is on the face of it patently in violation of any statutory provision cannot be set aside to be in a public interest. In the conclusion, we can say that Section 34 and 37 provide for the recourses against an arbitral award which may be set aside by the court on a certain specified ground. The ground mentioned in Section 34(2) are as follows. A. Entitle the court to set aside an award only if the party seeking such a relief furnishes proof as regard the existence of the ground mentioned therein. These grounds include the incapacity of the party, validity of the arbitration agreement, the party making the application not being given a proper notice of the appointment of the arbitrator, or the proceeding or otherwise unable to present in the case, subject matter not falling within the term of a submission of the arbitration. Section 35(2) be mentioned two grounds which are however left to be found out by the court itself. The grounds are the subject matter of a dispute not capable of a settled by the arbitration, that is to say the dispute are not arbitral, and second, the award is in conflict with the public policy in India. While on the other hand, Section 34 contains the provision wherein an appeal may lie against the arbitral award. All these grounds are common to both domestic as well as international arbitral tribunal. However, insofar as the ground regarding award being in conflict with the public policy of India is concerned, that ambit therefore is quite distinct and different from the depend upon the nature of the award, that is domestic or international. The Supreme Court in the Renu Sagar case has clarified that enforcement of a foreign award being governed by the principle of the private international law, the doctrine of a public policy as applied in the field of international law alone would be attracted. The court further clarified that the mere infraction of the domestic law as per se would not amount to the conflict with the public policy of India. Public policy should be used in its narrow sense. It should be used in such a way that threshold for the court to consider setting aside or allowing an appeal against the arbitral award is more than just a mere violation of the law in India. Thus, the public policy should be only so interpreted as far as aims it broaden the public interest of honesty and fair dealing, of not only violating the basic notion of a Indian law. In this way, in today's lecture, we discuss about the various provisions contained in Arbitration and Conciliation Act regarding the setting aside of the arbitral award. Thank you very much.